Hey, we're live, but it sometimes takes a little bit of a delay. There's so many times that it does that. All right, everybody. Hopefully by now it's actually jumped in and shown that we're live. But if you're just coming in on this channel, I am Natalie Locke. Next to me, oh yes, I pointed the right direction the first time, is my beautiful co-author, cut from the same cloth, horror side. It's okay. That what she writes, not what she looks like, okay? She looks
Maybe
like
both.
no, absolutely not. You're a goddess.
It
All
depends on the day.
Yeah. I did have to brush my hair, and I put on like lip to give myself color and making sure my eyebrows stand out type things. So there are certain elements to make me look less like a ghost. But this is my channel. My links are down below. Chandra's links are down below. You can find us every Saturday. We alternate channels because share the love. And my oldest is awake now. We also have in the description how we operate, like how we do this deal. And it's changed slightly because we're on a time crunch. So, hey, old grumpy mama, thanks for coming. We take a prompt in 10 words out of this book, write the story. We're on number 93 of this book, which has 200. We take about 30 minutes to outline, draft, or draft and edit, depending on your layout, to create the stories. Then we trade stories and read each other's stories out loud and critique them. And it's kind of like a workshop deal. Yes, Spencer. You woke Zoe up? All right. Hi, Zoe. Okay. Hey, Nina. Ooh, and Cool Gamer. And we got a lot of people coming in. Chandra does a lot of writing videos on her channel. I do pretty much just this flash fiction process on my channel. Videos released on Wednesdays. Every Saturday we're here. Twitch, starting tomorrow. Twitch at 7 p.m. on Sundays. I will start streaming and kind of a live process where I share my screen. What else is there? Chandra, what are your videos? How often do you post them? I want to make sure we really do a good intro.
Yeah. So I haven't been posting videos. I've been re-examining my content. And sorry, my cat's slamming doors in the kitchen.
Feed me.
He's been fed. He's been watered. And I just
water goes inside him, not on top of him. They don't like that.
Well, it depends on the day.
Oh, he's one of those cats that's like, just bathe me.
He doesn't exactly relish it. It depends on the like. If I'm in the kitchen, sometimes I'll especially if I'm washing my hands, I'll drip water on him to get him to move so he doesn't be under my feet while I'm cutting things. And,
you know, logical stuff.
And sometimes he's just like, "Oh, thanks for that," and then he'll just sit down and start grooming, and I'm like, "That was not."
That you were to move. Okay, whatever. At least he's preoccupied in that moment.
Right. So, and where was I? Oh,
re-examining your content.
Yes, I'm re-examining my content. I have not been posting things. School has been taking up a lot of my free time. So,
yes, but you're killing it in school.
I am.
Not to toot my own horn, but I just did it for you. I was like, no, ring this damn bell, Chica. Ring the bell. You're doing great.
This semester has been going really well, especially compared to last semester. I say semester, it's all one semester, but there's 2 7-week sprints, I think is what they call it. So I had 3 classes, the first one, and 2 the second one. So you get the same amount done as a semester, but you're more focused. Okay.
Is this for your master's or bachelor's?
This is for my associates.
Associates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the layout of things, but you're killing it. Oh my gosh, hold on. The squirrel? Okay.
Both of our kids are wild. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to go on mute 2 seconds because apparently there's a squirrel. These squirrels get on top of the bird feeder and it drives me crazy. I got to scare it. I didn't want to hit the window next to me and scare the crap out of y'all. And my dogs are, of course, going crazy with the squirrel. But either way. All right. I think I will go ahead here's what we'll do.
I'm gonna child-proof my kitchen.
Aw.
Because the cabinet he was getting into is the one with the chemicals in it.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want that. Oh, hey, if you have the knobs like where the cabinet, the lower cabinet is like right next to each other, and the knobs are right next to each other, just grab a hair tie, and like figure eight the hair tie around it, and that would be a good temporary one until you find like actual like press the button down and twist this way to open.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that on the first sprint because this one, I mean, he does it to my closet door, and my closet door is a sticky door, so it like doesn't close all the way, but the top will like catch. So I will like really close it, and I can hear it, and it'll just be like rip, 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 bam, and the door pops open, and I'm like, how? How?
Well, let's get that timer up, and then we'll start this first sprint.
Yeah, I had to reboot my computer, Super Cat.
Oh, no worries. Okay, well then let me jump over here.
I got it up now. It's just...
Oh, okay. What? Yeah, we're going to move it to Sunday.
Yeah, I have one computer that takes 84 years to boot, and I have another one that I can do in like a hot second. And it's totally fine.
Oh, that reminds me. My computer is already kind of... Whenever I do like streaming or video stuff, like whether I'm streaming or watching other people's streams, my computer, because it's a MacBook Air, it kind of gets a little hot, and you hear the fan running. So I have a cooling like level thing to work with it.
Don't even look at me in that tone of voice. I know what you did.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead while she's getting that up. Oh, we got more comments. This prompt number 1. We'll do prompt number 2. We'll tease prompt number 2 at the end of this, but we're pretty much going to be reading each other's stories cold again. But prompt number 1 is reliving childhood memories as an adult. Words to include are target practice, bookmark, wizard, determination, unbridled, schedule, forward, pork loin, innermost, and supposition. I gotta look up supposition.
It's like suppose, but like he didn't see the accident, but he made a supposition.
Okay, so it's the noun of what you suppose.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. All right. So that's it. Actually, I'm going to copy this and then I'll post it in the chat as a pinned comment too. But I always like to say it out loud in case anybody's on the rewatch. We're good. New pinned chat. It's been there for a while, YouTube. It's not that old. All right. There we go. Okay. Pinning that, and
sorry, Dobby said we're sprinting now.
Dobby, that's our decision, not yours. You don't own me. You own her, but not me. Okay.
Send help.
Right. Send help, please. All right. And then also I'm going to try to post this live stream in a few locations.
Ooh, yes.
So I meant to do that. All right. Our powers combined, we can promote us.
Beginning in 3, 2, 1. That was sprint number 1 and prompt 1. It looks like somebody is still wrapping up the last few sentences.
Yes. What? Never heard of. That never happens. I just realized, like, so I wrote the ending first, and then I wrote the beginning. And there was some stuff that I put in the beginning where I'm like, I think it would be good to bring this back in the end.
I kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this prompt was vague enough. I know some of them are pretty, the words and everything really lend themselves to a specific kind of story, and we end up writing very similar. I'm curious how we did this time. Because I feel like this one was a little more vague.
Yeah, it was a little more vague. It's better than one of the prompts I had where it said based on a true story. And I was like, that doesn't help me. So I looked up news stories. That video aired on Wednesday, but this, I think I need to give a trigger warning to people for this, because I'm trying to make it where it could go a different route. Like, you could imagine it another way, but I'm also realize, and kind of the way I originally intended, but even writing it, it's quite dark, and it's triggering me. Mm-hmm. So I definitely wouldn't want someone to be triggered. So if you, I'm just gonna copy and paste this. If I screwed anything up at this point, so be it. I pretty much mostly got the shindig down. I did 502 words.
How many did I do? By the way, I shared it to you. I did 382.
Nice. All right, I'm replying back to your email. Okay, so trigger warning is if you God, I don't want to give it away. We'll just say potential sexual childhood trauma.
Fair.
Yeah. So, what a time to come in, Mr. Yeah, what a time to come in. We're about to read each other's stories.
We are here for the trauma. Sorry.
All right. That email should have sent. And I'm opening up yours now. Open. Oh, and I sent you some story ideas last night, by the way.
Yes, I saw those. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, but I will.
Okay, no rush, as long as you saw it, because I was like, we talked about this. I actually want to act on it.
Yes. No, I was very excited when I saw that. I need to look at it.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways we can go about it. So either way. All right. Well, as you're opening up that email, I don't mind just going ahead and starting to read yours. Is there any trigger warnings since we're dealing with childhood here?
No.
No.
You know, I'm so bad at that. I'm like, I'm dead inside. I think it's very vague, and that was my intention when I wrote it. So I want to say no, but that doesn't mean someone couldn't take it that way.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I try to keep mine vague too.
Yeah.
Where it could be innocent, could not. But it's one of those things where I don't want to give a trigger warning because I want to see what people having no filter, what they would see. But the other side of me feels like I need to protect everybody.
I swear, you get in my coffee.
Come on, Dobby. Okay. Dobby Olympics has started. I didn't know we lit the flame, but we're going with it.
Just checking to make sure there's not cat hair in my coffee.
Oh, smart. All right. Now I will read Chandra's story.
I haven't gotten yours yet. I'm still checking.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
Well. Try now because I just pressed send.
Yes, I got it.
Send. All right, cool. I'm like, what is this stray window over here? Oh, okay. Chandra's story for reliving childhood memories as an adult. I aimed the gun at the target set at the base of the hill behind my house. I steadied my hand and sighted in. There aren't any bullets in the gun, but this is the best way I can manage for target practice. My therapist and I had made the determination that it was best if I didn't keep any actual weapons in the house. Not for reasons people think, but anyway, once I had an unbridled enthusiasm for life, optimism, and what I thought was an indestructible sense of promise. Now I hardly leave the house. Turns out that reliving childhood memories as an adult can have some weird side effects. Now I live by a rigorous schedule. I have timers for everything. They stick out each one like a bookmark in my days, so I wouldn't forget my place. Today is Tuesday, so at 5 o'clock, I will have pork loin for dinner. On Wednesdays, I have spaghetti. Thursdays is curry, and on it goes. Everything is planned, everything but my innermost thoughts. The rigarity, uh, rig, riggedy, no. How do I say that word? Please save me. Rigidity?
Rigidity is what it's supposed to be.
Riggedy. Okay. No, it's me like dropping on remembering how to pronounce words.
Yeah, it should be rigidity.
Rigidity.
Say that 10 times fast.
No. I like myself today. We're going to keep that going. The rigidity. Yep, I screwed it up. Is supposed to be grounding. And at first it was, but now I find it boring. It's beginning to chafe. I'm beginning to wish there were bullets in my gun and that the knives in the kitchen weren't plastic. I want something to look forward to, perhaps a chance to take revenge on the people who had brought me to this place. A nearly lifeless, uninspired journey from one day to the next. People who don't really know me have made the supposition that there are no weapons in the house to keep me safe from myself, which, in a sense, that is true. But shy of a wizard restoring me to how I was before everything happened, there is nothing that could make that desire go away. Not for me to hurt myself, but for me to hunt the people who hurt me. Now I laugh. The empty gun falls from my hands, tumbling end over end in the dew-covered grass, pitching toward the targets at the bottom of the hill. I don't need guns or knives to make things right. I have two perfectly good hands, and the people who hurt me, I know where they live. Ooh, I like it. Like, you put enough question of like, what the hell happened? Like, you want to go, I'll fight with you. I'll stand right next to you. Go, yeah, what? Coming at the people. And I really like that. Like, we trust the narrator here. We trust their filter. We trust them. And you still also made them flawed enough too to still be relatable. It's not like it was just me. It's, hey, I created this schedule, I'm on this schedule, and like, they themselves are flawed because they're also now wanting to break out, which makes you think that maybe the schedule worked. I'm not going to say that word anymore, but the rigorous schedule has worked and helped them become more comfortable. But I like at the beginning where we have this gun, the whole part, and it's like, okay, target practice, and then we keep on coming back. Like, the imagery of the gun stays throughout. It's like it's there at the beginning, and you're like, all right, target practice and I'm thinking it's a kid who just isn't trusted with the gun, but then it's like, no, my therapist, and I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, all right, so something happened. Maybe they tried something, and it's worried about self-harm. But then it's like, nope, here's the other side. So that flow of like ebb and flow with the gun coming back to it, and it's like, no, it's not what you think. Nope, still not what you think. I really like that. It's beautiful imagery. You were creative in your uses of the words, absolutely. And really, but like, as always, like, I'm left with the question of what did happen, and that's what I want to know. But that's kind of the whole purpose of the Flash too. Let me see here. There was only like spelling stuff. Like I saw like cited, should have been like SIGHT,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm not one to speak when it comes to that. And then the other one was DEW, should have been DEW, and everything. That other than those two, those were the ones I saw. I suck. So
I tried to spell knife without the K, so
okay, you're silent and now you're out. Okay.
I was like, what?
The other day, I was trying to spell alley, and I typed it with the E. Then I was like, no, that's wrong. Then I typed it without the E, and I'm like, no, that's ally. Then I typed it with the E, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And I kept on going back and forth, and I was like, stop it.
Right.
So
sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I give up.
yeah.
I'm a writer, not an editor.
Yeah, no, like I was in chat one time on Twitch with a few friends from the Twitch side of the house, which by the way, I never thought that there was like YouTube writers and Twitch writers, but there is a difference. I can cuss more with the Twitch people. Yeah. Actually, I could cuss as much with the YouTube, but I don't know, something about being recorded. I was like, let's try to be a little more
let's behave ourselves.
Family friendly. So, but the I was typing and like sometimes like not even I switched these two letters, but like the last letter of this word ended up becoming the first letter of this one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, please read through my typos. And the guy made a joke and was like, man, I hope you're not writing anything today. I was like, hey, listen, writing can happen whenever. Editing Natalie fixes this stuff, okay? I don't get to edit before I post my comments on chat. Yes, Spencer.
He said it.
See Zoe?
You see said it.
Do I see Zoe? No.
He said it.
I think she went downstairs because she did take her stuff to the kitchen, like you should, when you're done eating.
With the
okay.
With the writing, there's a couple things that I always mess up, and the bane of my existence is writing from and form.
Oh yes,
because
like,
I always
my brain corrects it sometimes too when I reread it. And I'm like,
yeah, no, it doesn't really like. If I'm trying to type from, I type form. If I'm trying to type form, I type from, and I'm just like, because I know the difference. I just can't type the difference.
Something between the brain to the fingers, like something goes. Done.
I feel like it's that your brain gets ahead of your hands, and then everything comes out as a.
I mean, I can type fast, but I still can't type faster than my brain. Going through scenes, and I'm like, oh, this happens, and into this, and I'm like, let's get the first part of that.
Yes.
Hey, Brett. Some of my YouTube people are coming here.
Hey, y'all.
Brett's an artist. I saw Ken, which I got one of his books coming in. He says today. I think tomorrow will be more likely. And then Old Grumpy Mama, which I love her screen name. And the fact that she's able to use it across all platforms makes it even better.
So the first time I heard that, I was like, dude, like, y'all must be real good friends. And then I saw the screen name and I was like, oh, no, okay. Yeah, I get it. I was like, rude.
Sometimes we just call her OGM for short. All right. And Devin's here. Devin, make sure you add that playlist, by the way, for when we're done. Okay. I really don't have much feedback because I feel like you set the scene well with your story. Like I could picture in the woods and stuff and cabin. I kind of imagine this person kind of almost being off the grid, maybe having a dirt road that's like a mile long before you even get to the main street. Type thing. Kind of lots of land is what I imagined with this person cabin. What's up?
My favorite thing from the story was my use of bookmark.
Yes.
I thought that I was like, that's very creative.
Yeah. Like I have timers for every day, like a bookmark in my day. And I thought that it's to use bookmark as a metaphor versus like, because I used it as a literal. And that's why I like these 10 words, because we get creative on how we use the 10 words.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I like it. Okay, your story.
Ooh, wait. Chat. Do me a favor so we can have a backlog right now. Give me a number between 1 and 60 paired with the letter A through Z. Just throw it in the chat, and it doesn't matter how many you put in. We're going to grab 10. But if you don't mind doing that while Chandra reads my story, much appreciated, because that will set us up for the next prompt.
All
Okay,
right.
now we're ready. I'm going on mute.
Can you hear me from like over here if I'm facing my computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Perfect.
Trigger warning for anyone. This definitely could deal with like childhood sexual trauma, I think is what we call it. It could. It doesn't explicitly say it, but you could infer.
Fair. Okie doke. Here we go. Mom, Dad, I wrote a story. Do you want to hear it? Sam asks her parents as they sit on the couch watching TV. Of course, dear. Is this for class? Her mom asks. Sam laughs. Definitely not. I just got inspired and I think it might be really good. Tell me what you think. Sam glances between her parents, almost pleading. Holding up her paper, Sam begins. Magic is the greatest wonder of the world. Any child would want to be a wizard. So when a wizard offers a chance to teach their ways to you, you take it. The wizard never gave up on Sorlian. His determination was as strong as hers. They followed a strict schedule and a strict diet, but Porkloin was allowed. She had to sleep beneath the floor to be closer to the power of the earth. This was the only way her powers would grow. He told it would be years before she could be unbridled, but until that time, they could continue target practice with rings and sticks until the magic was ready to form between them. He wrote his spells in a notebook that we would save with a bookmark. His innermost spells that he wouldn't share until she was ready. But one day, her mentor disappeared, possibly captured by an enemy clan. But when she turned 16, she knew she was ready and felt his presence near. Sam finished. Sam glances to her parents. Her mother's tears silently fell while her father's fists were clenched. What? Sam asks. We thought you were too young to remember, her mother says, as a sob escapes her lip, and she glances to Sam's father. Sam raises her eyebrows for them to continue. Sam's father pats Mom's knee and clears his throat. When you were 2, you were kidnapped off the playground, and we couldn't find you for 2 days. The police dogs were able to track you to a man's house, and you were found in the floorboards. The man had been murdered while in jail before trial, but the police were able to grab a notebook that held some code. But no one else knew what happened to you during those days. But I think you knew somehow, and this story you wrote is a better supposition than what is in our own minds. Sam nods, pursing her lips as she sits down on the couch across from her parents. The TV still playing in the background, but nobody was listening or watching. Sam looks up to her parents, looking them both in the eyes, her brow furrowed. Was his body found? She asked. Puzzled, Sam's mom shakes her head. No? Why? Because I think I saw a very familiar man, the one I pictured in the story, on my way home from school today, she said. Whoa. That's so creepy.
Yeah, dude, writing that, I'm like going,
That's
like
okay.
That made me the most uncomfortable ever in my life, writing something.
But okay, this is a story that you've a continuation of a story you already wrote.
Which one?
The one where the little kid gets kidnapped from the park.
Holy shit, yeah. Oh my god, and then this could be the kid later. Even though that kid was a little boy and he had a little sister, what if, but actually his little sister went missing at the end of the,
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, why Okay, why are kidnapping stories like my like bread and butter,
I
right?
don't know.
And this one, like I said, this one, it could take a, I was trying to make it where it could also take a twist of what if he actually was a wizard? What if she had powers? But then also, there's the other side of it that, this is not even me overacting. Like, I'm like shaking because this story just like, it came out of me and I'm still like, I want to burn it. I want to like go like wash my body and my tongue, mind, all of it. Like I just eyeballs. I don't want to read it.
You know what's funny is it can be difficult to explain how there's such a separation between the things that we write versus how we feel about the real world. And that like getting an idea for a story and knowing that it is grotesque and still having to write it.
It's I kind of, even Stephen King, he said Pet Cemetery, when he was done writing that, he had to put it in a drawer and lock the drawer when he was done. Like it like shook him so much. Like he was actually scared of it.
That's valid. That is valid. I like that the parents were honest in this situation. I feel like a lot of times that doesn't happen, and they didn't bring it up. They let it naturally come up, but they were honest about it when it did come up. Because I feel like in a lot of stories and a lot of scenarios, the kid brings something to their parents' attention and then the parents dismiss it, act like it didn't happen, and then lie about it. And it creates a breach of trust between parent and child.
Yeah.
And in this situation, if they had been dismissive, they wouldn't have gotten that added piece of information of, hey, I think I saw that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still uncomfortable with this scenario. I think I saw something.
Yeah.
And it brings up like actual genuine safety issues of being able to hear uncomfortable things and have difficult conversations and validate them as a way of keeping children safe. So I appreciate that part. I like the imagery of the TV still being on in the background and no one really paying attention to that part of how time stands still for them regardless of what's going on around them.
Yeah.
And their focus being entirely on this conversation and this situation and that being valuable. I think you broke the mold around. Last week, our challenge was to turn a trope on its head, basically.
Yeah, a cliche.
A cliche. You broke the cliche of the parents being, like, the kid being either an orphan or, one parent having died tragically or something of that nature where the parents are good, supportive parents able to address a situation as a family without this being tied to the trauma that the child experienced. Not necessarily trauma as well, because like you said, it could be magic, but still it's kind of weird to be kidnapped by a wizard. Either way, kidnapped. One way or another. So yeah, that's still, being kidnapped is trauma. Let's just say that. Even if it's by a wizard. Maybe especially if it's by a wizard.
Please. Thinking that your parents left the grocery store without you or the store or whatever, thinking that they left you when actually they just are like 2 aisles over. That's traumatic.
I remember that as a kid where I got distracted and was just staring at something, and I was just standing there staring, and the cashier snapped me out of it. He was like, "Hey, your parents are leaving." And my parents are like waiting for me by the door, and it's like, like steps. It's steps, but I'm so sighted in on what I'm focused on that I literally tuned out the words of everyone around me. And the person at the register, I feel like it was a young guy, was like, hey, like snapping his fingers and like trying to get my attention. And that's how focused I was.
That's me on a normal basis. Like my kids are like, mom, 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 mom. And then my husband goes, Natalie. And I'm like, oh, what? He goes, your kids, like they've been calling for, and I'm like, sorry, I was reading. Like,
yeah.
like,
And it was very much.
I get sucked in when I'm like doing something. I mean, I can hear them now, but that's because there wasn't extra sound outside this.
But yeah, you know how like the world seems, it's like having your head inside of a plastic bag and the air getting sucked out of it and your vision narrows in and you're like, And then when something breaks through, you're like, what? What? And it was very much that. So the way that it is in the story, it's like the family's in that bubble together and everything's like, but they're all together focused.
Yeah. And I think, and this story could even unfold more because the thing is that it could be, and I've written about this because I've experienced it in a way where something happened to me as a child, and it wasn't until I was 21 that, and I used to tell people, yeah, no problem, and say it. But when I told my mother and she went, yeah, that happened like that, I broke down crying because I was like, it was as even though I said it, no problem. It was like, it was confirmation. This wasn't a freaking dream. It really happened. And that, like at 21, I was just like, how am I finally freaking facing this thing? Like, how am I, like, what? Because I realized that was the first time I spoke to someone who was actually there.
Yes. Different experience.
And that confirmation just set me off.
Because before that, it's just a story.
Yeah. And it was, even though I was willingly to tell me, like, yeah, this happened to me. Whatever, I'm fine. I'm not my trauma or whatever. And then my mom goes, yeah, that happened. I go, oh, God. Like, I'm a mom now. And like, because at 21 I was and stuff. And so it just went, oh, man. I didn't realize we'd go there today, but all right.
Here we are.
Yeah. Okay, I want to open up the spreadsheet writing prompt thing, the jig. Shiza. Why did we go to the dark places?
I'm going to grab another timer.
Yes. Chat. So we got 2 words paired with numbers. Do you mind still jumping in and throwing in, even if you already given a word or a letter and a number, 1 through 60, A through Z. We welcome more. Okay. Come on, Excel.
There are no limits.
Yeah. I mean, the limit is 10, but when we get there, we'll just stop reading them out. Okay. I'm a little scared. My computer, every now and then, I usually don't get the like colorful loading wheel of death, but lately I have been.
For some reason, when you said every now and then, it was like, every now and then I get a little bit. Don't mind me.
Sure.
Not as bad as I was the other day when I had a song for literally everything.
God, what was it? I get pretty much, if I get a Total Eclipse of the Heart stuck in my head, it's the Dan Band version where there's expletives perfectly timed.
Wait, I have not heard that, and now I need to.
Dude, I'll send you a link.
Did you get H60?
No, I haven't even checked yet. What I'm doing is I'm going through. I try to gray out previous weeks. And I haven't done that in a while. So I got a lot of colors on this spreadsheet. Chat, in case you're new to this, I got a spreadsheet of 1,366 words that we choose from. Hence the criteria of number 1 through 60 and A through Z. And All right. And actually, I need to throw this spreadsheet back up on the share drive because I made some changes which will allow me to finish a little bit sooner because what I talked about July happening. So
well, these prompts I realized are not in the prompts and the word list.
Yeah,
are not in the same folder, and I couldn't find them last time.
Ew, that explains. I thought you were just being creative and like going, well, I didn't do this. I want to do this.
Nope.
Oh, that and also I didn't send it to you as well, which I felt bad. But I was like, well, she apparently worked out. It's fine. Okay, let me take off the banner because technically we're not doing that. All right, so now I'm gonna go through the words. What was it? Start with the beginning.
49D.
49D.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is jerk.
011.
011. Oh, scroll up, dude. Rattle.
Let's see. H60.
H60. Place. That's an easy one. What I like about place is that it could be a verb or a noun.
J33.
J33. Up, down, left, or right.
Left.
Vein. V-E-I-N.
T29.
T29. I'm assuming you're writing these down, right?
Yep.
Okay. Bless you, dear. We offset each other so well. Negative.
Let's see.
Oh, my daughter's awake. I could get her in this. Zoe! Hey, pick a number between 1 and 60 and then pair it with a letter A through Z. Out loud.
38R.
38R. Good pick, kid. This is why I had kids.
Random generators.
Bathroom. Outfitting.
M60.
M60. Reckon. Am I from the South? Why, yes, I am.
We need 2, 4, 6, 7. We need 3 more.
I don't think we have strawberries. What was that one?
We need 3 more. You got M60 already. Tell me why my cat is sleeping with his foot and his tail right next to one of the rolly wheels on my office chair.
Because he hasn't learned the hard way yet.
I'm really I don't want that for him. And
no, I don't want him to learn the hard way.
He's out.
Oh, did we get T29?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Okay. I got a little hopeful there. All right. Ooh, Y9. Okay.
I like it.
Now we need 2 more. You're doing great, chat. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, we don't.
Squat.
Squat.
Dad, how you?
Z6.
V6.
How you?
What did you say, Spencer? Oh, okay. It was like he was trying to sign to me. Bracelet, by the way, is the word.
Bracelet?
For V6. Victor 6.
I was actually saying Zulu 6, but we could do both.
Oh, well then Zulu 6 is scream.
Okay, that's our 10. Now we just need the prompt.
That is prompt to let you know, chat will be between the number 1 and 104, just a number. Pick a number between 1 and 104. While we wait for that, the writing challenges are, did we have double letters this go around?
Yes.
Damn it. We could make this, it has to be a comedy. Cannot repeat any words other than articles, like the, a, such. Or cannot use any to be verbs, like am, was, had been.
Ooh, am is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Why do I remember that?
I'm going to need you to write that down. You want to do that one, I guess?
Oh, that's gonna be hard. Yeah, let's do it.
We like a challenge.
It's what is, how was it phrased?
Well, it says write an E prime, no to be words. Am, was, had been, and I don't know what else.
I can't confirm that this is an accurate list, but it's what I remember. 49. Okay. 49 is the prompt.
49. Jumping over. Did we use that? Oh, we've used that before. So up or down, Devin? And actually, the one 49 is one we used just last week. The just in time.
Did we say 49 or 41?
Oh, shoot. 41 is A Stranger with a Story. I like that one.
That's it, because it was 41.
41. Our apologies. We're a little slow on the uptake. All right, later, Mr. Balandis.
A Stranger with a Story?
Yep, A Stranger with a Story. Once you put that in chat, I'm going to copy it and make it a banner or something. Or, no, I'll do the scrolling thing. That's what we did last time. For the writing challenge.
There you go.
Oh, you put it in private chat?
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting you to pop it in then.
Oh, I can do both.
Yeah, if you don't mind popping it in the, God, what is it called? The chat. There we go.
There we go.
Yes. Sweet. I'm going to pin it.
Someone's probably going to come back and be like, those are completely wrong. And I'll be like, well, listen, I remember that from 26 years ago. So I am allowed to forget things.
It reminds me of, God, I was like probably, I had to at least be like 14 or something. I remember my English teacher, Mrs. Tate. But she, what was it? She was teaching us like parallel structure. So then I am at my grandfather's watching Con Air. And it was the scene where, oh God, what's his name? How could I forget his name? He was the bad guy in Con Air.
Oh, yeah, from
John Malkovich.
Oh, I wasn't thinking Malkovich. I was thinking the guy from Boardwalk Empire.
Oh yeah. Oh God, now I'm blanking on his name.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Yeah. No. I mean, he was actually one of the good guys in a way near the end, there was a creepy vibe there with who he played, especially when he was playing with the little girl with the.
Oh, with the Barbies. Set?
Yeah. And then he gets back on the plane, and one of the biggest questions was, is she still alive? And luckily it cuts to her. Yeah. Luckily it cut to her waving to the plane, bye, as it was taken off. So. Nice. Thanks. Later. Okay. The God, where was I? Oh, but it was John Malkovich holding the bunny that Nicolas Cage's character was trying to take to his daughter because he was going home, and reading the letter, going, July 17th, my dad's coming home. My birthday's July 17th. My dad is coming home on my birthday, July 17th, and I'm like, parallel structure. What the hell? I'm just watching a movie. Stop it.
Oh, that's funny.
So that was my parallel structure story, and that's how
Dobby?
I remember it.
Stop it. You cannot eat
When
plastic.
it's been like
No.
18 years.
Sorry, the
Dobby,
clapping was
we're
loud.
busy. No, actually, it was kind of distant.
Okay, good.
Not too shabby.
Trying to eat plastic.
Yeah, let's not. Okay, listen, you may annoy us, but we don't wish death upon you. All right. A stranger with a story. Oop.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it a banner as well, though. I just noticed a situation. Wait, prompt 2. There we go. Stop. That's not it. Why do these things not listen to us? Paste. Okay, you're killing me. But yes, we can start.
Okay.
Let's do the
The
countdown.
movie will begin in 3, 2, and 1. Be do be do be. That was sprint number 2, prompt number 2. I put my story in the same document. Real sorry about that. I will read yours first.
No worries.
Don't peek.
Okay, don't peek. I'm just gonna copy and paste this because like for the past like 2 minutes I've been sitting here trying to include the word squat and scream, and right as you're going minion on me, I was able to throw in scream. But it was just so funny. I like 103 words I'm writing and I go, oh shit, there's a challenge. And I start reading, I go, nope, 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 nope. I was able to save one sentence out of all.
Oh no.
And so I kind of started over, but I ended up getting 178 words. So let me
I wrote 127 words.
Sounds about right, considering you're like, hey, I'm done. I'm like, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, of course you are.
I saw that and I started cackling. Okay, I've got your story. I am reading first. So okay. I'm going to dive right in.
To my knowledge, no warnings. Well, maybe domestic abuse.
Oh, mine is gross. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's gross. Sorry. Yeah. The bathroom temple, usually silent as everyone tends to their own business. Cleanliness, the one rule that stands at the altar of the mirror, water, and soap. If you are alone, no one will know if you worshipped, but when there are others, you must play the part. With topics like the weather and sporting events, nothing negative unfolds in the silent nod, and a silent nod removes the chance of someone being seen as a jerk. At times, a story from a stranger captivates the few, reckoning 1 or 2 minutes of a listening ear. The story about their struggle and resilience of overcoming the negative shouldn't shake your core. After smiling and saying, "Have a good day," when you left the room, you realized history repeats itself. The words rattle long after leaving the place, running through your veins. The bangle bracelets feel like shackles. Your muscles twitch in silent a scream. The chapter of their life ended happy, but you started the chapter when your partner gripped your wrist in warning. Your ending may not be the same. Ooh. I like it.
There was one being that I heard, and I was like, damn it. And it was being a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, being seen as a jerk.
Yeah.
I like the brevity of it. The metaphor. You also have an R in there. If you are alone.
There was one thing. Maybe it was double letters. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was double letters because I kept on using school like all through mine.
Yeah.
It's like that where we're like, man, if we had more time, we could go back and catch all this. But
when there are others, there are 2 R's of being. Let me see.
All the mistakes. So we're up to 3 now.
Yeah, we've got 3. I'm just glancing through to look if there are any more. I feel like the last part, and this may be where you like caught it.
The scream situation.
I think that one's good. Yeah, that one's good.
I just got to take out A.
You can have A
in A silent scream. I put the A after silent instead of before silent. There we go.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just the 3 that I noticed.
Sweet. I can work on that another day.
Hi, Maggie.
Hey,
How are
Maggie.
you? No, I think this one was really good. And these are our shortest flash fiction pieces yet. So go us.
Yeah. I mean, they were microfictions. So,
Mhm.
yeah. And it was funny because the whole time I didn't know what the story was that this stranger told. And I was like, do I say it? I don't know what it would be. And it wasn't until the end that I was like, oh, what if you hear this person's story and then it becomes your own?
Yes.
And I was like, what would be the trigger?
I felt
Yeah.
like it was almost maybe an invitation to like a women's shelter or something of like, hey, you can do this. And then like it's almost like this handoff in the bathroom where no one can see and it can't be stopped. And it's like a safe place. And that's why it's the temple. And there's that transition of where like this is the one place where she can't be followed. I'm just assuming it's a she, but
Yeah.
it really could be any person. And when they leave, they're like thinking about what they've experienced, the bangled bracelets and all of that kind of covering up something. And
Yeah.
then leaving with this thought, like, this could be me. Like, I could get away. I really could get away this time. And kind of taking that part of the story. I don't know. That's how I read it.
I like that interpretation a lot. I definitely want to write to that. So, sweet. Okay, let me open yours so that way we're doing
really
good on
sorry.
time. I'm
We
proud
are.
of us.
And also, y'all, I'm real sorry about it's gross.
It's gross.
Death trigger warning. I mean, you know me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I had it open already. Whoops.
Yeah, it's the same document.
Yeah, I just forgot that all right. Okay. Here we go. Hold on. Yes, Spencer. You're done with breakfast? Okay, go put it on the counter. Put your plate on the counter. Oh, you can't? Okay, cool. Well, hang out there. I'll handle it in a little bit. I'm done. Okay, do this. I can't. All right, fine. All right. I mix the batter with raw eggs. Rattle the whisk to shake the globules. Why are words so difficult? Globules of the mixture free. I place the cake in the oven. My bracelet still hangs on my wrist. I check it again. Then down the hall to the bathroom. I move on shaky legs, squat and hover. The vein in my neck pulses. A scream. Me. I scream. Jerk. Roll. It happens again. And I reckon they will find me like this. I lie in a pool of filth. My filth. I stink. Feel disgusted. In the negative, a lot of people would go like this, but I never saw this end for me. This time, I don't know if the bracelet will help. Medical alert? A bit late for that, isn't it? I think is not is a word you can't use. I'm just glad you're. Is it bad that my first thought is going, yes, she's not perfect?
Well, could you not?
That was my first thought. I was like, yes, okay, I'm not the only one making mistakes.
Yeah, it would.
But you're a true friend. You make these mistakes on purpose so that I feel better about myself, and I thank you for it. I know what you're doing.
Well, I did a search to see if I was using the words, but I did is not as like a root word. You know, I put a space before and after it so it wouldn't pick it up.
Oh, bless you. Either way. All right, so I got the imagery of mixing the eggs, rattle the wrist to shake the globules. So I'm like thinking of it tapping on the side and like the vibrations and stuff. Place the cake in the oven. My bracelet still hangs on my wrist. I check it again. That part made me think I check it again I thought it was a watch for a second. Then I was like, why is she calling a watch a bracelet? Then down the hall to the bathroom. I move on shaky legs. So this part, I feel like she should have had, I say she, but the main character should have had something going on first. Like maybe they almost dropped the cake, or it was a struggle to push the oven closed or something. Like, give me a clue of why they're heading to the bathroom. What was the initial like, oh moment? And that's what I feel like there should be. But the rest of it, of shaky legs, squat and hover, I'm like, yep, been there. I'm like, but my mind was going, is this a disgusting bathroom, like the one where you trying to limit your touch situation? But then the rest of it, I scream, jerk, and roll. It happens again, and I reckon they will find me like this. So I'm starting to think seizure, but the fact that it was one jerk, just by the nature of the word, wasn't there. Line of pool of filth. My filth makes me think they missed. Yeah, the part that threw me off, I'm not sure the layout of it, is the in the negative. A lot of people go like this, but I never saw this in for me. Like that line in the negative just like sucked me out a little bit. It's like a halt. Yeah, I agree with Mom Maggie. Like, imagine someone with a seizure syndrome as a result of trauma, or someone who has become a brittle diabetic. Yeah. Honestly, so the fact that this person is well enough to go, oh, maybe my bracelet, medical alert. The next line of a bit late for that, isn't it? I don't think it's late unless this person can't move. So if we could pull in something of like, they think of the bracelet, but their hands won't move to hit it, or she's trying to slam her arm, like maybe her fingers won't work, but trying to slam the arm against something. Like if there is a mobility situation, then it's like, oh, then have the idea, okay, obviously we hit too late in the process to be able to get anything. But like slam it against the
so I think
whatever.
My references may be a little too obscure, because first of all, this is where it gets gross, and maybe that's why I was like, this is really gross, and it's maybe not that gross, but like the association I have versus what everyone else has may be different. But we also know that I read medical journals because I'm weird. Yeah. But basically, when people are about to die, a lot of times they have an urge to go to the bathroom.
They usually empty their bowels,
and
but it's actually, well, it might be they have the urge, but I know usually when people die, everything's emptied.
So it's
after the fact.
In this context, when they go, or when they try to go, or they're about to go, it can cause like some heart issues. And so, like, this person is in the act of dying.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why the medical alert bracelet doesn't super matter, because it's not an external thing or something like that. They're aware, and it's like, last time it wasn't this bad, but they know now this time that's it.
Okay, so I never got an instance of this has happened before to get this person. Because right now, like, honestly, they kind of sound like me when I've been sick and I'm like laying there and I'm like, I'm disgusting. Like, and kind of, I took it as kind of calm, not frantic, but I think if someone was dying, they'd be kind of frantic. Like, okay, I can't touch the button, but I'm going to try to slam my arm against the, God, what is it called? The cabinetry that holds the sink. Like, I'm going to slam my arm against that, hoping the button hits, or I'm trying to hit it and honestly nothing's moving. My body has given up on me, or something like that.
I think I need to be a little bit more specific.
Yeah, because I didn't get frantic. I mean, I got the scream and jerk, but I thought that was like the pain. But then also, if you're talking heart, maybe they clutch their chest and stuff. I mean, you could even go more graphic at this. Like, they're hovering and things are coming out, but then they clutch their chest. And so, like, things get sprayed as they tumble and fall and everything. Like we could go with the imagery and
I like this. What I'm pointing at the screen like y'all can see.
like you could click on it too.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, twitching. Okay, the twitching and numbness overcomes my limbs, feeling everything, controlling nothing. Nerves like lightning storm on the horizon. Contracting, releasing simultaneously. I am covered in my own filth. Yeah.
See, I like that. Now, I couldn't use the I am, but
yeah,
just because of the challenge.
Everything else. Well, and that's the thing. So when I plan to go back and redo all these flashes, I'm forgetting. I'm not paying attention to the words anymore, and I'm not paying attention to any challenges.
Yeah,
and everything, because now my focus is how can this story be better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think that'll also be fun and helpful when we're taking out those random words that just don't jive with the story. Like I feel like there's been several times where we've been like, your story is perfect, this word is terrible. And we all know why. I was at one of the 10. So I think that'll be helpful.
Yeah, we've said that before where we're like, I know you wouldn't use this if it wasn't one of the 10. But bravo trying to make it work. I didn't use squat. I like the word squat. Yeah. I could have used it. I kept on thinking of it as like actually squatting, but I should have said something of like, I don't care about squat, like in the sense of how we use it as a noun. Damn, I forgot about that. Brain tumor.
This is what I was going for.
Brain tumor patients and the aneurysm patients know death is imminent, but try to live normally until death is suddenly there.
This is what I was going for. So the resignation would make more sense. I think I need to add that part in.
Yeah,
why are they calm? How do they know?
Look up aneurysm. Or even the plan. Like, okay, so a radio host, Kid Craddock, he died of an aneurysm. He was like 40 something. And he was on a golf course and started feeling sick. And just kind of feeling ill. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go lay down. Like, I feel like crap. But he was still like calm and talking to people. And he pretty much said, I'm going to go lay down, started walking away, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know if he made it or if he was walking away and then dropped. Like right then. But it started with this ill feeling. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go. And it was calm, but then it was a drop thing.
Yeah, this story definitely needs more research and less rules.
So it works. But yeah. Hey, it's 10:40. I want to give you some time before you go to work. Hold on, my daughter needs me. Yes.
We made good progress today, though.
Her dad picking me up at 11.
I also feel like this was helpful because I tend to write things super vague, and I feel like I'm being very clear, and I'm not always being very clear.
Yeah.
Today, if her dad can pick me up at 11, we could go to an actual thing where I can actually get eggs.
Okay, but we were going to do eggs as a family today. When would that happen?
Let me ask her how long it lasts.
Okay, let's find that out before we start locking in plans.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's terrible.
What? Oh, wait. Aw. Neighbor died of an aneurysm while baking cookies for a 4-year-old son. He was alone with her all day. Oh my gosh. Like God, that would kill me. Like, I mean,
I've definitely been sick enough where I was like, I'm going to die and my cat's going to have to eat me.
And you hope the cat would just like cuddle next to you or something, but
no, I'm actually like, I was very sick, but I was like, who's going to feed my cat? I would be like, I will be the sacrifice. That's morbid. But
yeah, that's how we cope, unfortunately, sometimes. But yeah.
I do have I have friends, and I also have it set up on my watch. If you have an Apple Watch, you can set up fall detection so that it will text someone if you do not respond after a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, but that's if you got like number 4, number 4, series 4 and like iOS something or other. Because I got like the series 3 when the series 4 came out because it was cheaper, and I'm frugal, so I don't have fall detection on mine.
Yeah, I set mine up, and there have been a couple of times where it's gone off, and I'm like, I did not fall. I am okay. And you do have to respond and like be like, nah, I'm good.
There's a few times with my phone I accidentally pressed something like the 5 times or whatever because I was trying to press the volume or whatever, and 911 calls, and I'm like, I was like, I'm good. Though one time I was like, hey, do you mind just staying on the phone because I'm walking around downtown DC by myself in the dark in heels, just like stay on the line. I want someone to be able to have my location, and I gave a street as I passed it and stuff like that, just in case if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
It was an accidental phone call, but then I was like, well, we're going to call this fate, and you're talking to me now, buddy. I felt bad taking someone because it wasn't an emergency, but it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. That was, I don't do well in cities. Either way. So I think we did good with our stories today. I'm proud of us.
We did. I think we did. And that challenge was very difficult. And I feel
that
like
was
those challenges, we always have like one thing that slips through the cracks, and we're just like, you know what, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to give your outro? I had it right earlier with the pointing, and then I just start going the opposite direction. Let's see. I live with that since my stroke, but it's really liberating because I know my children and hubby will be able to go on every day. Yeah.
Also, the fall detection alert lady and I became good friends for the first year because I'm so graceful.
I can remember. Yes, sweetie.
You're wonderful.
Hungry? All right. Do you want pizza rolls or chicken fingers?
Yes.
Chicken fingers? Okay. All right.
For my outro, first of all, Maggie.
Okay.
All the love. Thank you for sharing your experience and your feedback on this.
Yes.
So cool.
The suggestion was like spot on.
Yeah.
With what we were talking about. And like we said, when we edit, let's not use the rules or the 10 words. Like, I think.
Yeah.
At this point now, the focus is the story.
Absolutely. Thank you all for coming, for all the number letter combinations and contributing there for our words for the story. My name is Chandra Arthur. You can find us next Saturday on my channel from 8:30 to
nowish.
Yeah. And thanks so much for coming.
Aw, thanks, Nia. I'm glad you like to listen to us like we're a podcast. No way we could be. We could just snag these. But we got to get better with the verbal instead of it's on the screen. Be like, actually say it out loud.
Well, we could just do like the episode and then have the reading of our story be the episodes.
Yeah. That works.
I don't edit them later.
Ideas.
We're
adding more stuff to our plate. Continuously. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mama Maggie, did she like I came on the screen and Mama Maggie was coming off the screen, and her outro was like, yeah, Mama Maggie, I got a YouTube channel, and then the first 10 minutes of it was flash fiction with Chandra and Natalie and the Britpack with their flash aha, and like on and on and on. I was like, well, there's my intro. I'm good.
I love that. You're always so supportive, and we do appreciate it. And you know what, though? I really wanted to be there, but I just had it on mute because I was working. But
yeah, you got a new schedule.
Yeah.
It's like listening to a storytelling podcast, story creation podcast. Yeah. Yes, she did. See, Nia was there.
I'm going to have to scooch on out of here.
Yep. That's Chandra. I'm Natalie. My links are down below. I'll be on Chandra's channel. Follow both of us on Instagram, and you'll see a story post with that. So I will let everybody go. Thank you for being here. See y'all next week.